It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special path tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Big thanks to Derek, Baker 6 Clan, and our featured patrons, Geo Rick, Cash Addict Mel, Sir Drumalot, Janice, Tricasius, Rugels, EGK PBR, Albedo 0.39. I saw he is in the chat room. Purple Turtles 3, ACDC family, and our new patrons, TTFN Cashin, Deckers, and Steelers Chick. Let's jump right into show 266. Gone Caching 2021. Get it? Going Caching recap. Okay, never mind. I'll leave now. So we're going to bring on.
Supposed to laugh?
The team.
I
Yes,
don't have a cricket sound effect. I'm sorry. I
You
only have that
must
over
laugh at all my
don't
jokes
you either.
every time.
there. And Chad's like sporting my sunglasses that I left in his car.
Yes. I found these in my car, so I thought I'd put them on and wear them, but I can't see anything.
They're
Put it
very
back on
neat.
for a second. I didn't see
Unfortunately, I'm blind.
that. Wow, those are slick though.
There you go.
Those
Yeah.
are awesome.
I look like a
Usually, you see those when I'm at events. You'll see those on top of my hat most of the time
yeah.
because I like people to be able to see my eyes when I talk to them. Just-
Yes. Golly, boy, it's a rough crowd. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be funny. I just figured it'd be kind of nice to do gone caching because it's after going caching. So
It's good.
Anyway.
It's good, Gary.
you get the idea.
Yeah.
The event.
Stop patronizing him.
So she gets a raise.
Thank you.
Wait,
100% raise.
Penny?
In fact, we all get 100% raises. Yeah.
get a bonus. So tonight we have on a little bit of a different. This is the Going Caching 2021 crew with us, including my son Caleb. So Caleb, thank you for being with us tonight. There he is.
You are very welcome.
Thank you. We'll get your perspective. It was your first time at Going Caching, and Nels Bloody Cool says, Caleb, it was fun chatting with you at the event. So
I'm back.
Nels is happy you were there. So and Nels, it was fun hanging out with you. We'll talk about all of that tonight as well. But get Derek, Chad, Emily. Ironically, with our little group here, we actually covered all the shows. Because we've got Geocaching with Kids.
Yep.
With Derek. We have doubly covered Gadget Talk with Chad and Derek. We've got Challenge Talk covered with Emily. And I'm kind of on there's Emily. And I'm kind of on podcast on Puzzle Talk, although I don't really contribute a lot other than act like I don't know what I'm doing. So, and Tom is correct. The best part, and you stole my thunder there, Tom, the best part of any event is the people, and it really
Yes,
was.
it is. Yes, it is.
The best part about the people at Going Caching, I saw a friend who I hadn't seen since last
Yay.
Going Caching. He picked me up 2 feet off the ground, swung me around in the biggest hug ever. It's great. These are my
That's
people.
great.
I got to see after 2 long years.
Right. So Direwolf, you are incorrect. Except that one guy in the see, there you go. You got it fixed. So there you go. All right. So Derek, let's do some news.
All right.
Couple items. We're into the third mountain peak that we're headed toward. We've done the first two. We're into our third, and hopefully everybody has enjoyed the Reach the Peak challenge that geocaching.com put out. I've enjoyed it. I've reached the peak on the last two. We'll see how it goes for this next one, but well,
Yeah, we'll see.
So far, so good. Again, we've talked about it quite a bit, but I like the fact that it's broken into months. So we'll see. Jinxer, drink a beverage at base camp. Well, good for you. That's awesome. Taking a little break there at the base camp. Yeah, I like that it gives you two. There's base camp and the peaks, which is kind of I like that it adds a little bit to that. So
I'm definitely saving caches around here for future months.
Oh, see,
I'm not rushing.
Right. That's good. Now I know, Emily, you did go out on get an Earth Cache. This is happy International Earth Cache Day.
Yeah. So yesterday I walked the beach. It was approximately a 2-mile walk, 1 mile one way, 1 mile back to the car. I couldn't quite get the whole way to the final destination because the tide was too far in. I don't know if I said it was a walk on the beach, but still, it was a really nice walk, and I got to combine it with GC8 Neat. I did trash cleanup along that walk.
See, that's good.
That's cool.
Yeah,
good combo there. That's
it
awesome.
was a good combo.
Double souvenir.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
That's right. You get a souvenir for both. All right, Derek, you want to talk about the charity item that we were provided to us?
All right. So while at Going Caching, I had Thomas Learned mentioned to me that he's doing a heart walk. And the way he's doing this, I have a website that you can go and sign up. You don't actually have to do the walk. He wants people to help encourage it and find and maybe help raise money for it. And those that actually participate, let me get to the comments. There it is. I'm dropping in the comments the link to be able to go and register for this. And if you help him out to raise awareness and do with the heart walk, he says, I need people to join my team for the 2022 Northwest Ohio Heart Walk. Register, and with a little heart, let's save lives together. And if you help him out, you can get this path tag. This is a special path tag that he's had minted out for those that are helping him out. So you can actually get Tigger with a thank you as a path tag. And who doesn't love getting path tags for those that are collecting? But all you have to do is just go and register, and that link is going to be in the show notes. And I just dropped it in the chat, so you can click on that and just help him out. So that'll be really great to just a real quick charity and for help out another cacher. And we talked at Going Caching, and this is something that's really dear and true to his heart. And as I know, cachers, we always like helping a good cause. So
absolutely. Yeah. And it fits because his caching name is TTFN Caching. Says,
yeah.
Tigger TTFN.
It's Tata for now.
That's right. Tata for now.
Oh, gotcha.
The one most thing about Tiggers, he's the only one. He's the only one.
And then we got our bouncy bounce.
Right.
Yeah, bouncy. Fun. But there was one. Okay.
I was thinking the whole thing. You let someone jump in there.
Oh no. Yeah, if you leave home, that's when cache maintenance is
It is.
That's what I did after my beach walk. A bunch of cache maintenance.
Murphy's Law. You leave and your caches get destroyed. Hopefully not, but okay. Well, I think we have. Let's see what else. I do want to mention about
covered it all. We're done.
Podcast of Hope. No, we haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
Golly,
Not just
Chad.
podcast of hope, but yeah,
We're still
we got
doing
another one.
news.
Oh,
So last news item, Podcast of Hope 2021 is December 5th from 4 p.m. Central Time to midnight. There will be an announcement soon about the lineup for this year's Podcast of Hope. And it is shaping up to be another monster Podcast of Hope. Not only, hopefully, we'll reach our goal of raising 10,000 for St. Jude, but but we also have some great guests lined up. I don't want to spill the beans tonight.
Good.
But
I got my finger on the button.
Because I'm not going to spill it now, but
dump the audio.
It's huge. Okay, huge. We've got a couple guests that, well, all our guests are going to be great, but we've got some that are going to be. Oh yeah, you bet, Tom.
Got some that are going to be out of this world.
Some are going to be out of this world. Oh, listen to you spilling beans over there.
No, I did still nothing. That's out of this world is really great. Come on.
It could be, or it could be under the sea, but we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. So
we're having Sebastian. Here it is. We're having Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. That's who we're having.
Yeah. No Hugh Jackman, but this is going to be big. No, I said huge, not Hugh.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh. Although he's cashed.
It is Cash. That'd be cool.
I don't think he's cashed a lot.
All right. Now I'm going to be disappointed if it's not Hugh Jackman. So.
Right. Wow.
You gotta make that happen now, Gary.
Yeah, right.
Some strings.
You spilt the beans, so
yeah.
No, it's gonna be great. It won't be Hugh Jackman, but it's gonna be better than Hugh Jackman, because I don't know how much Hugh Jackman really. I mean, he's cast before, but that doesn't really. Yeah. All right, let's get into going caching 2021, and let's start with. We'll kind of go down through the days and evenings and such, but let's start with the first event. We want to give people an idea too. One of the things I want to do tonight is I want to give people not only, it's going to be Donald Trump huge. You're right, Tom. It's going to be huge. It's going to be really huge, really big. But I want to give people an idea of sort of behind the scenes about going caching, because people are always like, oh, going caching, it's awesome. It's like, well, why is it awesome? Right. Because that doesn't help anybody just by saying, I mean, it might help them if you say it's awesome, but why is it awesome? So let's start with Wednesday night. We got a lot to cover, but I do want to go through each of the parts to it, because I think there's something to be said for each of them.
Right.
One of the things I agree. This is my second year, but this is only the first time I've been to all the events. So I think it's interesting from my perspective to see it sort of for the first time. One of the things, and you guys can correct me if your experiences have been different, because you both, Emily, how many times have you been?
This was my third time.
Third, okay. Chad and Derek and I's second.
Twice.
Is that correct?
Yeah, it's all over seconds.
And Caleb's first time, but Caleb missed part of it because he had to work. So we'll get a little different perspectives from everybody. But one of the things I really appreciate about Wednesday night was the organization of it. I mean, they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're extremely organized. I mean, they're ready to go. I mean, it took a little while to get in the door, but because everybody shows up. There's a lot of people that first night.
And the first night is package pickup.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and one of the points to make, they always say you don't have to buy anything to going caching, which is 100% true. But this is the event to buy all the swag for. It is themed down to every last detail, and every piece of swag plays a part in solving all the puzzles of the event. So you could piggyback on somebody else who bought the swag, or you could buy it all for yourself, and you should.
Yeah.
like me.
It's definitely worth it. I would agree with you on that. I typically only buy the packages to support it, and I don't ever wear the shirts, but this one is definitely worth buying.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Tom mentioned something interesting. He says many vloggers promoting it. I had to check it out myself. They didn't do it justice. So that's interesting to hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
comment.
Different vloggers and all that will show it, but until you experience it yourself, it like Thomas is saying, it does not do it justice. I mean, I heard about it for several years before we went, and when as a newcomer last year, when I went, you get lost. There's so much stuff to do, and you absolutely get lost. So if you can piggyback with somebody and help that's been there before and let them show you the ropes, that's going to be the best thing, because there's so much to it. There's so many social aspects to it, and we're going to get more into this tonight anyways, but there's so many different things that are going from the puzzles to the activities to the events. There's something every day. And if you could, it's completely mind boggling of all the different stuff that's going on. And it's just a really great time.
Yeah.
There's almost too much going on to where they actually need almost like a beginner's video.
Right.
Or beginner's class at the beginning. Even this year, I think we all kind of went to Emily and was like, what do we do? Because I was lost on a lot of it.
Well, yeah, one of the things too. So Wednesday night, another thing we did after you get your package and you start to sort things out, and you try to also start on the puzzles. And I'm going to say there's two aspects to the puzzle side of things. There's more than that, but two major things, correct me if I'm wrong, but two major things. One is you want to get the cards stamped, because the cards get you into the escape room.
Right.
Right. So you're trying to get your hands on all the various cards that need to get stamped over the next few days.
Yes.
Right.
So you're frantically sorting your trading cards to find those cards, as well as the next thing.
And there's other puzzles on those cards.
Yeah.
And there's little things. And I mean, it's just, you're going through your cards and you're trading cards with other people trying to get a complete set.
Which is, And then you've got also the Friday challenge where you want to get all your stamps. But let's go back to the cards for a moment.
Yeah, because the cards is the much more complicated aspect of all of this. Yeah.
One of the things that I enjoyed, and I'm not hugely a puzzle guy for the most part, but I'm kind of trying to learn. One of the things I really enjoyed about Wednesday night was going back to the hotel and sitting together with Emily and Chad and Caleb and working through the puzzles. And I was a proud papa. Caleb did a lot of work and figured out a lot of the puzzles. So Caleb, what is your thoughts on Wednesday night working through some of those puzzles we did?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that part of it. It was kind of weird for me because I did have to work Thursday and Friday.
Right.
And so like I did the puzzles and then they went off and something happened and then stuff came back with more things to do. So I would just like go work and then people would come back with like new adventures that they went on. But for everything I was able to do, it was a lot of fun. So the puzzle part of it is probably my favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that night is just fascinating because I don't know. It takes time, but it's fun,
Yeah.
So
Emily brought up the map.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you this first. So this is a set of 12 pieces. These were all intertwined in the trading card packs. And so trading cards, I've got there were 270 cards. And so this is a full set. And so intermixed in these trading card packs where you're trying to trade to get a full set of cards are these puzzle cards. And we'll show you the full picture in a second here, as well as these character cards. And so these special cards with spots on the back to get to use in future days, you're trying to gather. So this is 8 of these cards and 12 of these cards so that you can do the next thing. So we'll show you the full puzzle piece together. Once you gather 12 cards, this is the picture that it came up for us. And there's 4 different puzzles on here. You can see some license plate looking type things, some music, some dots, which are not Braille. And directly under the dots are a whole sequence of numbers. So those were 4 major puzzles that we had to solve. So we were doing this on Wednesday night after we got our packages and sorted through and finally got all these pieces to do this task.
Right. So again, if you're new to it, go ahead.
The cards the cards are a big deal because people are still trying to get a full set. So there's people who just want to collect the full set of the cards, and then obviously they're useful for getting into things on future days as well. But I'm part of this Facebook group where people are trying to trade the cards.
Right.
And it's fantastic, and people were really into all weekend trying to get their hands on a full set. So that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Right. There's so much to do. And my mom comes with me, and she was a part of our network crew the whole time. Yes. And she doesn't do any puzzle solving. So as we're doing all this puzzle stuff, my mom's in the background sorting my cards, putting them in numerical order, doing trading for me. Like, I'm only one person. I could not have done what I accomplished without help. This is definitely a team sport.
It's good to have a helper.
Yeah.
Well, and that's Jess. Our first year, we didn't get all the cards. But this year, she's like, I'm definitely getting the cards. She brought the binder, had all the baseball card holders. And Wednesday night, after we got the cards, we went through and numbered everything, so we knew where we're at. And so, then she started going, all right, I need this card. I need this card. And so when we're talking to people, that's what we started doing. We start trading cards and that aspect of it. The other thing we also get on Wednesday night is there's a button for your button buddy. That's another social aspect of it. And then throughout the whole weekend, you're looking for your button buddy. And then believe it or not, out of all the hundreds of people that are there's only 2 or 3 people that have the same button as you do. There's just some things that are just a little bit off on there, but you try and find your button buddy. So you're just talking there, and chat's got a button right there.
Yes. Anybody have my button buddy? I never found mine.
You never found?
Nobody watching.
Somebody watching. So they're all.
So it's kind of funny because things are different color. Yeah, they're slightly different on them, and so there's different colors. Sorry, it won't focus.
That's okay. You're good.
My finger's too fat. But anyways, there's different parts of it that are different, right? Some are like 2 people. Some are leaning one way. Different colors, stuff like that. So, yeah. So
and what happened if you found your button buddy?
So what happens if we find your button buddy on the day of the event on Saturday? You go to the sale booth, one of the booths, and you present to your button buddies buttons together, and then you get to spin a wheel for a prize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was actually right there with one of our patrons, Lori, at package pickup, and I think we determined at the end of the package pickup that we were button buddies. So we found each other the very first night, and then caught up together at a specific time on Saturday when you could spin the wheel, and we both won Right in the Rain notebook.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice prize.
So
nice. Can I mention one thing here? If you buy the package deal, the puzzle that Emily was showing there, if you buy the package deal, you get the Blind Frog Ledger. And this actually has the keys in it here to solve the puzzles.
Right.
So there's lots of different keys in here throughout the whole thing that will solve puzzles, everything, advertisements. And then at the very end, if you're into the collector's cards, get it down below my mic so I can actually go through it.
Well, and that
there
also
is a list of all the cards that you can collect.
Oh, nice.
There's a total of 270. So you could actually go through here and mark off what you have, know who it is. So if you needed number 70, you go to 70 and find out what casher's name it was that you needed.
Right. I used that. One of the cards I needed, one of the last 2 cards I needed was a vendor. So I made sure to go to that vendor on Saturday to get that card.
And like Derek was saying, it was useful for the escape room too. So you definitely needed that.
So that program has a lot of key info in it that you're going to need.
And the only one of the hardest cards was Coon and Bud.
Yep.
Because he didn't make it, and somebody else had a card. So Coon and Bud, if you're listening, you dog. That was a hard card to get.
Your card was.
And you don't have to be so close to the camera to take your picture either, but.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah, that was scary.
I can't wait.
I'm trying to see if I have it right here, but
I
have
can't
it
wait to look
downstairs.
through all these cards and actually read them. After frantically trying to collect them all, I'm glad I did. But now I'm looking forward to going through and enjoying them and people's pictures and what they wrote about themselves.
Right. And I still get
so there it is right there.
There it is, Coon and Bud, right there.
There's Coon and Bud.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
So I mean, I'm still getting every once in a while. I'll still get 2019's card logged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I've been, let me tell you, the last week, I probably 5 to 10 emails a day of the cards being logged.
Yeah.
Right
Discovered.
now.
I'm still getting those
It's
too.
crazy.
Yep. Real quick, wanted to shout out to Rad Dad 1. We're helping him out. He's waiting for a flight, and we're passing the time with him. So
cool.
Sorry
Go
for
it. I've been there.
Sorry for your flight delay.
Yeah, I heard it was like over 1,000 flights to Southwest that were delayed today.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
All right, so yeah, and this is a good time for me to mention. Oh yeah, Karen got to meet. That's cool. This is a good time to mention something here as we continue to go through these. Is there is a lot. There is a lot of things, but what I do want to point out is that you can still have an incredible time at going caching, and you can not do any of that if you don't want. It's up to you. So I think it's important to realize that there's so many things going on, and there's so many things that they present and provide for that week, that if some of these things don't interest you, don't just write off going caching, because there are so many things. Like if you just want to go going caching and not do any of the puzzles or do any of these other things, there's always great caches that are out there. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple gadget caches that were put out by somebody, I forget who, but they were fun. And we'll get into that. But I just want to preface this by don't just write this off because there is a lot. So let's get to the next part of it, which is Thursday. Our group took off out the gate trying to get stamps. Is that right? Thursday was our stamp day.
We're getting stamps and playing around.
So the key this year for stamps, there was a couple things, and I love the video. Do you have the video queued up, Derek?
What video? Mine?
Yeah.
I can. Hold on.
Go ahead and go do that while I talk for a minute, because I want you to show part of that, because I really think that
I think it gives you show the whole thing.
Yeah, it's really great.
Okay.
You got it?
Not yet.
Are you working on it? Go ahead. Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
So Thursday, we are chasing stamps for the cards, okay? Because we want to get a full set so we can get into the escape room, because that's the key to get the cards. You have to get the cards stamped, and then with the 6 stamp cards and the 2 additional cards, you have a set of 8. And when you go to the escape room, they ask you for all they want. You got to bring show them a set of 8 cards. And so it was a lot of fun. And
where did you guys get the stamps from? Were they in caches?
Yeah. So
hold on.
I'm sure someone here has one.
Yeah,
I was working during this time.
He was working. They were not
the puzzles we solved. The puzzles we solved led you guys to the stamps.
Exactly.
Right?
There were 4 puzzles on that big map that we put together. And and then there were a lot of words. Each one of those puzzles had a paragraph or 2 or so. And so then it was kind of letterboxing style. You went to the coordinates for the solved, and then you followed the clues in writing. So
there's
2 of the puzzles took you to 1 box, and 2 of the puzzles took you to 2 boxes, for a total of 6 of these boxes that Derek's showing on the screen.
Nice.
Yes.
And the stamps are in the boxes. Okay.
And the stamps are in the boxes. So that's even another piece. You have to figure out how to get into this box, which is another way that you use all of the swag that you've bought in your package. So we can show you that too.
Notice the detail in this box and the fact
this is just one box, one miniature room. They had all kinds of themes.
How many of these were there, Emily?
Six
of them. The little lamp, Derek, go into the little lamp actually has a little light in it. I thought that was hysterical. We figured that out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He'll turn it off and show you.
Yeah, it has its own light switch. That's actually pretty cool.
There you go. It's got a little light switch. I thought that's just awesome.
And the cat with spilled milk. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, cat spilled the milk, not the beans, but the milk. See how he's upset about it. Don't be.
Do you want to talk about how you got into the cache?
About that one?
Yes. So here you see path tags. So there were 6 path tags in this theme of the 1920s theme. And the back of these path tags, if you know path tags, they have serial numbers on the back. And you could tell, if you know path tags again, these were very specific serial numbers. They didn't make any sense because they were encrypted. And so it was a basic ROT13 encryption. And so when you decrypted these, they gave you words. And then, so once you got to this box and it was closed and all you could see was the path tag, you would use your event coin, which has a spinner wheel.
There's the
Derek, open your door. There's also a door there on the front. And so you would move your spinner wheel to that word. And once you got to that word, that little hole, like a door hole, a knob hole, has a number in it. And so each path tag equaled a word, which equaled a number. And then those 4 numbers were the combination to the keypad to open that door.
Yep.
So you had to match the path tag, right? You had to match the path tag or the picture on the path tag to the word.
Decrypt the path tag, match the path tag to the coin to match it to a number to unlock the padlock.
To get a stamp, to get in the escape room.
To get the stamp, to stamp the card, to get into the escape room.
But before you even got to that, you had to figure out what the clues were on the card because it wasn't.
They weren't easy.
You got coordinates to where you
had
start,
starting point.
Then you had to figure out where you went from there.
Yeah.
Which is at the beginning of the video. So definitely show the start of the.
Here we go. I got the video right here. I'm ready to go.
Right. Here we go. Start her up.
Pastor Derek here at Bake 6 Clan. Today we're at Going Caching, and I got my geocaching crew with me. I got the GTN with us. So let's go get some of these caches. All right, so here we are. We're at the crew. My hat's crooked. That's all right. But Emily, how did we figure out where this one is? Because this is part of the main event cache. So tell me how we did this one.
So the cache cards had a special card in it. And that card we discovered that card. And on the discovery page were the coordinates. So the coordinates led us here, where we found a freeform container and the official Logworks fan log, which is made of Write in the Rain paper. And it is for the cacher who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. It's a fantastic logbook.
Yes, it is. It's very nice.
All right, Gary. What are we doing?
That's your guess is as good as mine, buddy.
What do you mean? I thought you knew exactly what was going on here.
We're doing the thing that gets us to the thing.
Okay, that's very technical. We're doing the thing to get to the thing. Well, do you know what the thing is or what the thing we're doing? Yeah, neither do we. So that's fun. Part of the fun of going caching is it's a mystery. But there's a ton of people out here trying to find this thing so they get to go do the thing. So
it's for the escape room.
Yeah, this is for the escape room. We're
trying to get the information for the escape room. So pause it for a minute.
Okay, so we found the thingy to get the thing.
So one of the things that I think was interesting, I'll get your guys' opinion, but last year, and I say last, whenever I say last year,
I know I had to train myself to say last time.
Forget whatever has gone on, the pandemic stuff, forget that. The last going caching, correct me if I'm wrong, but last year, I did it again. last going caching, they gave you the location, correct, of the treasure boxes, right?
I think the coordinates took you straight to it last time. I think,
right.
if I'm remembering correctly. And that's a good point. That's something I observed. I feel like now I certainly don't know, but each time the elements are similar. So I knew what to expect. I knew what to plan to do, even though I still had to solve everything. I feel like each thing has maybe varies on its difficulty each year. So something that might have been easier last year is a little harder this year, and vice versa. But we'll see. Time will tell if that's true or not.
There's a good point in the chat too. You just needed one stamped set of cards per group to get into the escape room. It's not like we needed 6 stamped card sets.
Correct.
Right. In previous years, you had to have one stamp per person that went through.
Right.
Yeah. And you'll see on the video, actually, if we watch it, that we didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll get to that spot. One of the things I want to point out is the reason why we have the dialogue between trying to find the thing to get to the thing to get to the thing is because the coordinates didn't take you to where we ended up.
Mm-hmm.
They take you nearby, and then they give you sort of, somebody described it well, which is letterbox coordinates. So back in they're still around, but when Letterbox started, you were to go to a tree and take 12 paces to the north and then look for the rock, and from the rock you go 40 paces east, so that's kind of what we were facing.
Exactly.
Hey, Emily, can you read the one for the first
they're in there.
Can you read the puzzle for that one?
Yeah, let me pull it up
book,
here.
Right? So that's why we were a little off on that one, and so was everybody else. So we were kind of hunting around. Once we kind of realized that somebody had figured out the right business to get to, because they were all in business.
Then you follow the crowd.
You follow the crowd.
Follow a crowd. Yeah. So the one that was just on the video, it started out, "Don't get stumped while you think big until the light bulb comes on. The message in the bottle might lead you astray unless you do the opposite. This place is rad, but the speakeasy is next door." And so I'm not sure any of us in this group figured out the stumped part, but there was a mural with a big light bulb. So from the mural across the street, I'm not sure what the message in the bottle was, but across the street was a place called, the business had Rad in the name. Yes. And next to the store Rad was a business that housed the speakeasy.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. So, so keep going on the video.
Okay.
Just want to explain that.
So we're in here in the shop to get the stamp so that we can get into the...
This is so exciting.
There's a line to get the stamp. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it, man. This is awesome.
There's the front of the cards. So we're trying to get those, and we have to get them stamped on the back. We don't know which one's what, so we'll figure it out. So, all right, we're going to get in here and get this figured out. Let's get it done.
That's cool.
Oh, it's great. The puzzles are amazing. Lots of good people here. Lots of cachers visiting. So having a blast so far.
All right, so we got all our cards stamped, and those cards also gave us clues to get to a bonus cache. So we're actually kind of close to the location for the bonus cache, so we're going to get that. But this also gets us now, with all these stamped, gets us into the escape room, which is going to be so much fun. I got to do it last year with Josh, but this time I'm going to get to do it with the Geocache Talk Network crew. Let's go find this other cache. Okay, so now we're ready to go to the escape room. It is the...
Okay, so it took a lot of time, but it was a lot of fun. I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in the best of shape, so a lot of extra walking probably was better for me to do than there was one little hiccup. One of the notes was incorrect in the book.
In the music.
Yeah, music.
In the music
part.
puzzle. Mm-hmm.
So we had one coordinate off, but we were able to. I forget how we fixed it. We did. Ann, I saw Ann Poe drive by. Do we ask her there or?
Someone mentioned that there was, if you
okay.
change one of the numbers, there's a red brick road on the other side of the river.
Okay.
As well. So I think we just went over to the other side of the river.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The written clues were kind of almost matching where the bad coordinates were. So that
that made it worse.
That was a little hard. And when I say almost matching, it was really
Tin Man.
There were
Tin Man. There was a trophy store
matching. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But there was one there at that one, and that was the one that had the Jim and Andy with the car and the Jim and Andy brewery one, which is actually Jim and Andy, who do go in caching, actually do have their own microbrewery, and that's what that was their brand. That's the Jim Andy brand. So
the other thing that threw everything off too was one of the locations that we were going to that day was getting were they getting a Gadget Cache?
No, just the regular Geocache was getting published there for the next day.
So when we went to ask them about what we were talking about, they thought we were talking about something else, and they're like, "This won't be here till tomorrow." We're like, "What? We want to finish the cards today."
that was for the challenge.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
that was for Friday's challenge run.
So we were confusing the poor muggles. Yes,
they were.
We also tried to bribe the muggles, but it didn't work either.
Yeah.
To let us in before they opened.
And I went to the trophy shop because it mentioned Tin Man to ask the guy about it. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What's going on?
I saw him just watching the crowds walk back and forth in front of his shop. He was like, what is happening?
Yeah. Tom was there. He's like, how many walked to that Sunflower Diner?
Exactly.
A lot.
Hundreds.
A lot. Yeah. There was a lot. But, one thing about Rome, Georgia is the town it's a pretty good sized town. I mean, it's not it's not like 100 people. It's a pretty good sized town. But the cool thing is
Colby.
Well, there you go. But so many businesses know about it that it's really cool, and so many want to be part of it, that it really makes it a lot of fun. I mean,
it's a great host town.
It is really a great host town. And I think the jeweler, Emily, I think you mentioned this before, the fact that one of the jewelers, they love it. They love having people show. It's the second one.
The second one we went to, the one where you saw Chad speaking in, and they're my favorite shop to go to. They always host something every year. They are the nicest people ever. And even after our patrons got together and had dinner one night, and after most of the group was gone, some folks sat down next to us and they could tell we were part of it. And she had worked at the she does work at the jewelers, and she's worked there forever. And so we got to talk more about how they absolutely love having it. It really matches their company culture to be so welcoming of visitors to their town and to their shop.
Very cool.
It's great.
Yeah. Andy was mentioning that all these shops and stores that have these in it, they actually go to Andy and ask to have the caches in their shop, even though they don't know anything about geocaching.
Right.
They want to have them there because they like to see the people come through.
Yeah. The lady from the jewelers said, we don't see a revenue increase. We just love this. So that's nice.
Well,
and I just think it's so cool because we're going in there with our backpacks and our hiking shoes and whatever, and we're just like busting through their store, their fine jewelry store, to get what we need. And they're just great about it.
Yeah. Hopefully people will patron the places. I mean, I know we tried to an extent. So,
well, there's a difference between buying a book or buying fine jewelry.
Piece of jewelry. Yeah, that's true. This is true. All right. So let's jump to the meet and greet that evening.
The flash mob, right?
The flash mob.
Flash mob. Mm-hmm.
I call it a meet and greet, but it was a flash mob where they taught us the Charleston, and Caleb made me learn the Charleston. I was busy talking to people, and he's like, "Get over here, stand here, and learn the Charleston." So I did, because Caleb was learning it.
Yeah, I learned it. It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
It was fun. I felt like I was in Zumba class, but it was fun.
Yeah, I like dancing.
I have no rhythm, so I was kind of
I don't
flopping around.
I hate to break to you. I think the only person who had rhythm in that entire town square was the lady up on stage showing us how to
teaching
do it.
us how to do it.
But everybody had fun, and that was
everybody had fun. Yes, that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
I know Nikki enjoyed it. Usually she's at dance class on Thursday night, and so she was like, "Hey, I'm going to be doing the Charleston on Thursday night at this big event." Originally, I think it was supposed to have been they're trying to go for a world record of the most people doing the Charleston, but because of the C word, there was a lot of the Willetons weren't able to be there, so it didn't end up happening. But it was still a lot of fun getting to see everybody, and I know a lot of lackeys were getting there for that night too.
And this was an event where people were dressing up. Not everybody, but somewhere. So the town it was kind of like the town's first glimpse into our theme. They were going to see people dressed up like from the 1920s. And there were flappers, and there were gangsters, and there were baseball players, and there were criminals, and just people took a lot of different takes on the 20s theme, which was fun. And so this was the town's first glimpse of this mob of us in our themed get-ups.
Yeah. I kept stepping into the elevator and seeing feathers from someone's boas.
Yes, so there were boa feathers in our elevator all
everywhere.
The time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
One of the things that is they block off, and it's a pretty major road. I mean, that's Broad Street is not
it's a major road.
Some little side street. I mean, it's a major road in Rome, and they block it off. Now they don't block it off the whole night. They blocked it off for 30 minutes or something, I think, approximately. But that's a pretty big deal. I mean, to block off the road, make people go all around just for us, I thought is pretty impressive.
And it was in front of their theater that had a welcome Geocachers marquee up, which was nice.
Yeah, very cool. So, okay, let's now go to Friday. I'm sorry. Yes.
Well, there was a pub crawl. There was a pub crawl Thursday night, but
which we participated
we did it.
in.
Yeah, y'all did.
I don't remember it, but we did it.
We crawled.
We did crawl. There. Yeah, we should talk about that a little bit. Yeah, we went and ate. The whole group plus Super Nate and his crew all went and ate the Mellow Mushroom. I don't know if you've ever been to a Mellow Mushroom, but there's several of them around, and it's real. I really love the Mellow Mushroom. I think they have good food. So we sat there, had dinner. They were on the stop, but so I don't know if who had their ticket. We had our ticket with us, but we moved on after that. The cool thing about the pub crawl, and I get Chad and Caleb's perspective on it, but I like the fact that they didn't make you drive all over Rome to get to all these places. Of course, that's probably true because Rome is not that big, but you can kind of walk most of it. I mean, they do have the chariots, the Roman chariots that you could ride from place to place. But I think we walked most of it, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, that's the point of pub crawls typically is that they're all within walking distance.
Right.
That's the crawling part.
All very different.
There's a wine bar.
They had a wine bar.
That was fun.
That's different. That's the only one that had wine. The rest of them were just 4-ounce beers.
Chad and I got some mead at one place. That was pretty cool.
The last place,
first time having mead.
Yeah, introduced him to mead.
That was our last stop, which it was kind of funny. The people watching during a pub crawl can always be fun. Some people are a little more flamboyant, outgoing during a pub crawl. Shout out to Ranger Doc, who was having a grand time, and a lot of people were, but we enjoyed it. And we went to the cigar place. which is kind of different. I don't normally walk into a cigar store, but they had some stuff. You get you get a little 4-ounce drinks at these places to kind of. It's a cool way for you to kind of patron several locations, which I appreciate that they all were different. You know, they weren't all something that I might, go patron, but for that evening, I patroned all of them as far as walking in and seeing them. So I think it's cool. I think was their point, was they wanted to try to get people to see all these different businesses, and it's fun. You walk around, you see folk. I had on my tie was lit up, and my suspenders were lit up, so I had a lot of comments, people noticing.
Which was also good safety. That was
there you go.
Safety feature.
Yeah,
right.
We were walking around at night on a busy street. So
crossing the street. Yeah, we let Gary go in front.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. That way he doesn't. So that way, my son could keep track of me. Where's my dad? Oh, there he is. There he goes. I
figure out which item of clothing he'd left at which bar.
Yeah. Sadly,
another neat thing, my mom and I did a haunted walking tour. And
yeah,
so
how'd that
go?
That
was another way that the City of Rome was neat. So it was City of Rome put that on just that night, special for going caching visitors. And so it was just a nice volunteer thing that the city did. And so we walked around to, I think, 6 different spots where volunteers either told a story or acted like a character. And
right.
So that was cool. Just
cool.
another awesome part of the City of Rome.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so Friday we had the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the
Run.
Yeah, the Smugglers Run, and this is for those that have ever done a geo tour. You have a passport, and you want to get your passport stamped. So,
not to be confused with the box stamps.
Right, not to be confused with anything else. This is completely separate. And if you get them all stamped, you do get an extra coin. There's the extra coin right there. The blind frog, which I love. There's a Smuggler's Run challenge there. I love this coin, but I love the theme, the idea of the blind frog, sort of a shout out to Signal, but I love that coin. This is really cool. So these guys, Chad and Derek, are the culprits of this,
and the Nano Kids and the Chaos Coordinator.
How'd I get in here?
Hang on,
what I do now?
No. You two decided that. Mostly Derek, I think, decided that. You know what? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Blind Frog Smugglers. Yeah, there you go. There's a good photo of it.
You got them all, Emily?
I did.
Emily's hardcore into this event.
From a specific episode of Geocache Talk where we talked about megas, it should not surprise you that I did everything.
Everything.
Well,
the thing about this, leave that photo up for a second.
Okay.
So one of the things is Derek had this bright idea that the bottom ones, see those little barrels at the bottom? They're worth more points.
Hey, those were a barrel of fun.
Well, hang on now. Hang on before you say that. Yes, they're worth more points, but they were tough. I mean,
they were a tough hike.
You had to go out in the woods, in the
wilderness. They were straight up letterbox hybrids, but you had to hike for them.
Yes, this wasn't
for the barrels.
Yeah, for the barrels. There was
for the
no
3
walk
barrels.
In the park. No walk in the park.
I thought they were literally walks in park.
But they're worth more points. Technically it was a walk in the park.
This is a hike up a mountain. I'm sorry, folks. This is a hike.
Well, let's clarify this.
Yes.
The way we did, yes.
Oh, yeah.
We could have gone back, passed it up, gone up the stairs, and follow the path to it. But where's the fun in that? Number 3. We went straight up and
we did it backwards. We should have started with number 1
and worked backwards. Correct. We should have done that. I know we got it to 2, and of course Nikki and Curtis and Chewy and Jess were with us as well, and we're going up to that one. I said, hey, you know what? Y'all go back. I don't want you guys up and through here. Jess's back and her hip and all that, and little Chewy dragging up everything from the woods. And Curtis was having a hard time. Plus, they're really, and we'll get into this later, but mosquitoes and all that, they'll break out in huge welts, both Nikki and Curtis.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't you guys go ahead and start walking back? And Chad and I went after the last two. So to go get those. But they were
a hike.
They were a hike.
They were a hike, which is fine. I needed the exercise, but
my watch pegged out for my exercise on that. Just that one.
There you go.
I closed my rings a couple times, or my circles.
That's perfect. So then we went and did the little bottles, which were less points, but still they're all letterbox hybrids.
Right. So all of these were published on Friday morning as well. And so that's why this is really straightforward. It's straightforward in that if you had this passport, you would get a coin if you earned enough points. And all of them were published on the same morning that the challenge started. And so almost all of those little bottles on the truck were letterbox hybrids. The kegs were letterbox hybrids. I say all. Excuse me. There were 2 multi-caches and 1 mystery cache. And so again, just the more complicated it was, the more points it was worth. And so you could do any combination of points to get 60 points to earn the coin. And then above and beyond, it was just for personal enjoyment.
Right. Yeah, everybody's giving me a hard time about that. It's a mountain. It's not a mountain. I was exaggerating.
He's making a mountain out of a molehill.
I was making a mountain out of a hill. Wasn't a molehill, but
it was hot and humid and hot and humid. That was
it was more humid than anything.
Welcome to Georgia.
Welcome to Georgia. Yeah, Caleb lives in Georgia, so he knows. A little steep. I mean, again, it was not. People are like, but you gotta watch your footing.
So you guys did that, and then that's where. But then you picked up the challenge coins on Saturday. Is that right?
You could pick them up. Yeah. Oh, I don't remember if you could pick them up Friday, but definitely Saturday during the mega event.
I usually wait.
The escape room on Friday night too, right? Most people didn't do the escape room on Friday night. On Friday,
you could do the escape room
on Friday. Mm-hmm.
On Friday,
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
But a lot of people, as we noticed, were in line for the escape room. But we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that item. Let's talk a little bit more about Friday. Let's jump now to, and that was fun. I really enjoyed getting the passport stamped. I'm going to come back to the Gadget Caches here. We'll get to those in a moment, but let's finish up Friday. I'm going to move those to Saturday. But Friday night, we did, there's the stage show. Before the stage show, we were privileged enough to do the Geocache show, which was a lot of fun. Hopefully people really loved the show we did with everyone here got to be part of it. Yeah. Caleb was the announcer, and Chad helped with the sound effects.
Yes. Doing some foley.
Yeah, so I think that overall, I really enjoyed doing that part. We had to improvise a little bit about a couple of things, but again, it was fun. I think the crowd was starting. They start to kind of file in, getting ready for the stage show. And I think for the most part, we had a pretty good sized crowd watching, and hopefully people enjoyed. Actually. Yeah, hopefully people really enjoyed our little production.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. It was great.
Yeah, the hardest part of that whole production was trying to tie in geocaching into like a 1920s radio show.
So we threw in some little doodads, which I think
little things, and did some research on a couple things, like our sponsor, Altoids. We're actually around the 1920s, and in fact, they started putting it into the tin can that we had in the 1920s. But remember, don't get it wet because it's really hard to open.
It's really hard to open. Yeah, don't get the tin wet. You can use it for different things, like putting pieces of paper in them.
Yeah. And buttons
so
and tags.
And buttons.
buttons, tags, yeah. And then the stage show. Each year they do a production, and if you've never been before, you kind of and you want to go to it. My only comment on that part, and I'll let Emily talk more about it, but is just know what you're getting into. It's about an hour and a half production, so you want to kind of settle in, bring your chair, sit down, and get ready for a show, because it's not like, ours was what, 15, 20 minutes probably.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got to see the one for the previous going caching, which pirate theme. So what they do is whatever the theme is, they make the stage show part of the theme, obviously. So
and the show was the storyline of that Smugglers Run challenge, challenge of filling up gathering all the alcohol because the speakeasy had run out. Right. And so and the theme of the 20s, with it being the time of prohibition, you're sneaking around, you're gathering your alcohol to refill the speakeasy. And so they just really spread that out in an entire storyline. They bring the characters to life. Those characters are the ones on the character cards that you're using to get stamped. And so again, it just shows every last detail of this event is woven in multiple ways. And so it's just telling that whole story. And it's all the talent of the Going Caching crew. And so some of it is acting talent, some of it is singing talent, some of it they did an amazing job improvising this year when they had a little snafu and needed to kill some time. So it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. So again, it's great. Just be prepared, because you're going to be you got a full production in front of you, which is great. But that's awesome. So all right, so let's get into Saturday.
The main event.
So we got up there a little bit early, and I appreciate everybody's help. We set up our booth. And one of the things I always appreciate, and something that, of course, Tom mentioned earlier, is the people. And one of the things that I love about having a booth is we have people come by and say hi. And it's kind of neat seeing people that you don't normally get to see. I mean, even during regular events, sometimes you don't get to see people. But at a mega, you get to see people from all over the country. Someday, when everything's back to normal, we'll see people from all over the world. I know the Mad Finn came to the last one, and it was fun hanging out with somebody from Finland, just because, I mean, I live in the US, he lives in Finland. I mean, how often do we get to be in Georgia? Yeah. How often do we get to hang out, together? And so that's always great. So, having a booth, being able to see people, and it's always great. It's always just fun. And we had good weather, so we were, at least up till Sunday. We'll get to that.
Yeah, and in mega event style, there are a million things to do. I actually made myself a list the night before because I didn't want to forget.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, you're meeting up with your button buddy to spin the wheel. There's been a bingo card in your package. You're trying to get your bingo card filled by meeting people. You get to turn that in for a ticket and a prize. I wanted to get a picture with Signal for the locationless cache. I needed to drop off my prize entry tickets, buy any last minute swag that I wanted to make sure I had more of. So there's just so much to do. Path tag stringer, vendors to buy from, lots and lots to do on a mega day. But also, my mom and I weren't done with the Smugglers Run challenge. We had enough points, so we got our coin, but we still wanted to go find all those caches. So we did all of those things in the morning and then headed out for some more geocaching.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Your mom had a checklist too, Emily. She told me.
Did she to follow me around?
Yeah, that was the thing on the checklist.
Yes, I told you all. I am intense. I must do it all, and I must stay organized.
If I wasn't working, I'd have been right there with you. I mean, you came all the way to Georgia. I mean, you don't get to do this stuff every day. I mean, you might as well do all of it. So I mean,
and
there's
you
a
know,
lot to
I
do,
appreciate it.
4
Like
days.
every single thing that someone, and that's what I like about geocaching too. I don't care what cache I get, whether it's average or amazing. Someone hid something. I want to find it, and so that's how this event is. Someone created something. I want to do it all.
Yeah. Will said that they got the script earlier than normal, but the talent quality stays the same. Yeah.
There was an incident with a dress that was all the rage, I heard. So from multiple people. Good job, guys.
Dress malfunction occurred.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Hence the improvising. Yeah, it was great.
All right. But one of the great things about Saturday was we got to get into the escape room.
Yeah.
And so we're going to roll the video of us getting through the escape room right now. So Derek, show that part, please.
Play. Day of the event, and the escape room is just right back here behind me. It's been in pause for so long. Hold on.
Your entry fee, which is a set of 8 gangster cards. Alrighty.
Here it goes.
Now you're gonna keep these gangster cards permanently. Okay.
Hey, let's go. So welcome to the Curiosity Shop. There's lots of curious things in here that you're going to want to touch, pull, prod, and focus on for a bit.
What are we looking for?
Okay, Gary's where he's supposed to be.
Yep, he's in the corner.
Gary's where he's supposed to be. He's in the corner.
Looking for clues.
Okay, so we're all working on it. Got a whole group in here. I'm glad none of us are claustrophobic because it gets kind of tight in here.
Welcome to the Blind Frog Speakeasy. Come on in, pile in, pile in.
So over here we have beer taps, and they have symbols on them which match these holes here. We got to put the ball through these holes to find out which one it comes out of over there.
Okay.
Right, and then if it says on or off, we got to pull the tab forward,
Okay.
or the tap to be on or off. So.
All right, so we made it out.
Awesome.
We made it out. Oh yeah.
We're not still there.
We're not still there.
No. And
it
was really cool when the door opened. As I asked, I said, because I mean they put these together pretty fast. And I go, hey, did somebody watch and they give like a signal? No, that's actually it was done by magnets and everything.
Right.
And it actually pulls across.
It is an amazing
Yeah.
build for a temporary escape room.
And what's funny is the instructions we got right when we walked in. I made some friends. I was talking with Jimmy, and I think it was his group who said, oh, there we go. The comment open the puzzle box and rooms my daughter's birth. Oh, that is cool. That's a nice shout out. Apparently the instructions from Will at the beginning were not maybe there the first team to go through. And they were turning those knobs and everything. And so by the time we went through, they were like, okay,
you're not,
some things you need to touch. You don't need to touch everything.
Do not, and I emphasize, do not touch the on-off switches on the wall.
Right.
Yeah,
that'll mess everything up. But
I thought it was a wonderful
clever
team exercise, for this
It was a lot
network
of fun.
to be able
Everybody
to
did
do
stuff.
together.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
all the way
great.
down to, the kids got to be involved. Curtis was pulling the taps. I was just kind of there, just watching that part. And so it was really great. It was fun for all ages.
Yeah, Curtis actually found the final key we needed. When we first walked into that room, he looked down inside the beer
bottle opener.
Yeah. And he saw that chain with the key on it, and I almost said, reach down there and grab that, but I thought, no, we better play right. But we could have finished that thing really fast.
Yeah, he had small hands. He could do it.
Yeah,
I could. We didn't need the fishing line, but
no.
But yeah, pretty clever. I mean, to push the they had little baseballs that we got out of the thing, and and then you throw them through there. and then it came out the clever fact
in
that
two
you had
different
two
rooms.
rooms. Yeah. The fact that, and you don't start off with both rooms. You got to figure out stuff in the first room, which gives you a secret knock.
Yeah, it got you the secret knock
room
to get in the speakeasy room.
Right. So there's the combination of you can't even get into the second part until you get the first part done. Then you got to use both rooms. You got to have people on both sides, because you throw the ball through there, and you got to figure out which one it comes out and which, because that's how you pull the taps. So anyway, yeah, I thought it was very clever, and again, it was great fun doing that. Worth the time it took us to get all of the stamps. Which
Absolutely, it's a treasure. It's a coveted experience. Yes.
Yes. Oh goodness, that was great. So then a little bit later after that, Chad and Derek did a very good talk about gadget caches.
Yep.
And I appreciate the fact that they. Oh, what are you doing there, Chad?
He's raising his desk.
He's showing his shirt.
No, time to stand. I'm tired of sitting.
I don't blame you. Sometimes it's good. Yep. Which Caleb and I don't. Yeah. I think. Did you watch that too, Emily? Were you there to watch? Yeah, you were there to watch the talk, or did you?
No, I went geocaching.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, the rest of us were cordial enough and polite enough to stay for that.
We had a good crowd though too.
They did a good job.
They recorded it, right?
You guys did a good job.
Impressive crowd. I actually was surprised at how many people were there.
Yeah,
we had a good crowd for that.
Maybe only half of them was there trading cards, so maybe we didn't have that many. But they just
they were captive audience
to listen.
So, yeah.
They would have been more captive
audience.
if it was raining, but that didn't happen to the next day.
Yeah. Now that would have been the day to do it. You could have. Yeah, no one was leaving. You could have said whatever you wanted.
Yeah, you could have had a whole extremely captive audience. Any other thoughts for Saturday?
Then after at a certain time they brought you back for the group photo if you wanted to be in it, and then a lot of prize drawings. Some prizes that you could buy tickets for, as well as all of these map pieces. You could turn them in as a prize drawing as well.
Yeah, one of the things that I really appreciate was one of the things I appreciate. I noticed that Derek had, I don't know where he got his. I think he stole them from people, but he had you had a stack.
No, we bought a whole bunch more cards trying to complete the set.
Okay. Well, regardless of that, the good part was that you had a whole stack of cards to stick in the drawing.
Yeah.
So,
didn't get anything out of those because there's a lot more people that bought more cards.
I kept crossing my fingers like I wouldn't win the ladder, having to get home on a plane.
On the car.
You could have given it to me. Oh, you couldn't have, because I didn't have any room going back.
Because you brought a massive amount of equipment for the show, right?
Which I've downsized since then. I've gotten some things.
But very, another one of the 405 things that you could do at Going Caching, which is prize, get prize entries. So,
I don't think you can buy it, but you can see it. It was on the Going Caching Facebook page, is where you can see the group photo.
The group photo.
I'll see if I can pull it up real quick as we talk. So
yeah, that's awesome. So again, it's just so great. There it is.
Oh, nice.
Or if somebody can beat me to it and put it up there.
Yeah, I got it, Derek. You know what's kind of funny? If you look in the middle, you'll see me sitting there. And I'm with Derek's family, and I've had a few people go, "How come you're with Derek's family? Where's Derek?"
I'm one row back. I can't point at it. Curtis, oops.
You're back. Okay. See if I can go on it here. I don't know.
Zoom in. I am. There's a blue shirt. Okay, so it goes from where you're at.
I'll let you take control. I don't know how to zoom in or anything.
Well, I can't zoom in either.
Okay.
But there was a blue shirt, and then it went. Okay, so Nikki and Jess are right here at the bottom with the purple shirts. Then Curtis has got the Geocaching with Kids shirt on. Then there's a blue shirt right behind Curtis. And then I'm right over.
Oh, I see your hat.
My little head right there. That was all that you got to see of me.
We found Derek.
I knew you were close because as soon as it was done, you came walking right next to us.
Yeah, I was right there. there were some shorter people I didn't want to get in front of, even though I'm not the tallest person in the world. But yeah, that was right there. So that's a pretty good crowd for a group photo too, especially at the time and day of where we're at right now. So
yeah,
I think a lot of people are still out finding the puzzles and the caches and the final and stuff like that, or the box.
You can see Derek and I have the event shirt on.
Yes,
and I kind of thought, wow, that was a bad day to wear the event shirt for picking yourself out of a crowd.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Everyone is in the same shirt.
I don't think I didn't have mine on that day, but yeah,
they just wear that one. Yeah,
but yeah, that was a great. I loved. And
we had our great Gadget Talk shirts on
too. So these are great.
One of the things we did as far as for Geocache Talk Network is we did. I ran off to get our tables for. At the barbecue place, and we had a good group that came out for that. Patrons and patrons plus one came out to that. It was good. It was fun to see people, that you don't necessarily. It's kind of nice because sometimes you miss somebody. You don't necessarily see them at during the event. Sometimes it's nice to have a separate little side event, which we did, and that was great. Got to hang out a little bit with the Long Island guys. Go Lee.
Yep.
Geocaches of Long Island. Fun talking to those guys. Those guys from Long Island. No, they're great. So that again, that's another fun thing is to see people that we, again, you don't get to see very often. So then we had to go back, get changed, get dressed, get ready for the soiree that evening.
Yep.
At the Vogue. Now this is and Emily, you could tell us. I know that the last event we were at a different location for the pirate one.
Right.
Did they use the Vogue for the event 3 years ago or 3 events ago?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that was something that happened with the venue that they couldn't. There was something else going on with the venue,
right?
That night where they were the previous time, just because of the date. I mean, I know when we came out, we were all dressed as 1920s, but there was some kids that were dressed like for homecoming and some other stuff. And that might have been what the other event was.
I heard there was a wedding too.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that night.
Right, so you had modern dress, 20s dress. It was a crazy Roman town.
Yeah, Caleb
has a lot of time traveling going on.
Yeah, I had someone dressed for homecoming ask me what I was dressed for.
Yeah.
Also homecoming.
Obviously much older
Did you say homecoming?
I should have.
Yeah. So the local college, it's Berry College, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Berry
they
College.
Mountain Day.
Mountain Day.
Where they have fun on top of a mountain.
Okay. But they whatever, yeah. Whatever they call it, why it's called Mountain Day, we're not sure. But
yeah, there were a lot of people at our hotel with Berry College shirts on, so lots of family came in.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I kept seeing college students with their parents, which was unique. And then it was high school homecoming, and then there was kind of a Founders Day-esque event that evening too. And then we were out. So I remember Saturday morning I went to go get coffee, and there were literally lines at the doors of these places. It was just the town was saturated with people,
which is cool in itself. I mean, we got to go to a couple different coffee places, but yeah, Nell said that they never used the Vogue before. I thought the Vogue is a really nice venue.
It was nice. It had a neat feel to it, which just added to the ambiance of what we were dressed up in there to do.
They had a silent auction, which for a lot of the items that that were at the event.
I got something in that too.
Yeah. So Derek, he won his auction, and so he got that. I think it's kind of cool too. It helps pay for things, but also if you wanted the giant blind frog, that's the one I would have gone for, because I just
the logo.
That. The logo, circle. Yeah.
I wanted it, but I couldn't fly home with it. I would have bid on it because I wanted to put it. I think it'd look cool right back here.
It's awesome, yeah. So, that was really cool. So, yeah, everybody dressed up. I mean, you had I like the different ones. I kind of thought Caleb and I had debated about possibly doing baseball people, but dressed like old time baseball players. I did see one. I don't know if you saw them, Caleb. There was one old time baseball player there.
And I think there's a football player. Yeah.
There was an old football player.
Yeah. There's a muscle guy. Yeah.
Muscle man guy. That was awesome.
A few in some old time bathing costumes.
Yes. I love that. That was an awesome one. There was some great. I mean, of course,
Charlie
Chaplin. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There was a Charlie Chaplin. A lot of people are really nice, like not just like Halloween. Mine was kind of Halloween costumey, but people had some really nice, like Captain Math was a good example. Kevin, he had a nice outfit. I mean, like the kind you keep and that you wear to events, like not just a geocaching event, but like a nice, not a costume. It was more of just a 20s.
Even Chad dressed up.
I know.
You weren't there. Chad dressed up. It was a thing.
Well, I wore my vest for that one because wearing the Knickerbockers I got tired of wearing the Knickerbockers all the time. But just to give my wife a shout out, that was originally a 1920s pattern that she found. But that would have been great. But to even add more to that, it was in German.
Oh, she told me about that.
And luckily enough, she still was in contact with some of the foreign exchange students from Germany when she was in high school. She sent them the pattern and say, what is this saying? I don't understand. She was doing Google Translate on it and all this other stuff. And it just didn't make sense the way the wording was. So she went through and redid that. And it took her days. I mean, days to get the Knickerbockers and the vest done. And we ended up actually taking our sewing machine, one of her sewing machines, with us to the event. And she was sewing at night and throughout the day when she was doing homeschool as well with the kids at the hotel room. So, but just to give her a shout out, she did an awesome job. I had a lot of compliments on my costume and everything. And awesome. It was just really cool. But yeah, kudos to her for doing that.
Definitely. And so Tom was and I know you did some sewing too, Derek. So don't hold back on that. Tom was the football player.
I sewed part of her dress.
And I guess Jim was Charlie Chaplin, I think.
Jim was. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Very cool. Yep. We saw a lot of lackeys, which was great. Saw Annie. Saw
Jeff.
Yep.
Jeff.
Jeff's always there.
Gear Guru.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it.
They were great.
Jeff
Sassy Bandit.
Jeff is your contact for cash cards.
Oh, really?
He's known for having what you need. I hope.
Yeah,
I wish you all good luck through Jeff.
Yes.
If you go to the Facebook, that Facebook group, the Going Caching Casher Trading Card group, he's on there too. And I gave him a huge pile of leftover cards.
Me too.
So I think a lot of people didn't. So if you go on that group and you tell him what you're missing, even from past years, he will see what he has to see what he can get for you.
That's pretty intense there. So, all right, we're kind of starting around out of time. I do want to show. I want to talk about one cache, and this is not again because he's here, but because I thought it was really cool. So this was one of the caches that came out. Magic Cube Gadget Cache.
Wow, 155 favorite points from that.
Look at all the favorite points.
Should be called.
It's kind of funny. Megas hurt your favorite percentages, unfortunately, but it's cool. It's nice.
Yeah,
50%.
50%. But again, that is weird. That's for another show. But
I'm out.
But yeah,
it's a fun cache.
It's a fun cache to do.
Is there? Do we know where we can get something like that?
Yeah, where could you get? If you go to the website,
there's several kits right here.
There you go. Tune in to Gadget Talk.
There you go. Perfect.
I have 3 of them ready, and
3 ready to go.
I have one downstairs.
I need to cut more acrylic, so as soon as that gets done, I can get more together.
Yeah, and I wasn't really trying to make it into a to a money grab there, but yeah, I mean, the point is that yes, we do have them available, and yes, it was really cool. And there are people doing the different posing for all the out there, but I enjoyed it. Look, he's got this is a true bounce.
So a little secret about that is this cache and the one Dave Wagner also put a cache out there at the coffee shop.
Yes.
And they both had those stickers on them, and people were getting FTFs on them before they were even published because people walking by saw those stickers and was like, "Oh, that's Geocache." Yeah, and they weren't published yet, so they were logging them with FTFs.
Oh wow, that's funny.
That's hysterical. Magic blocks, but good fun. Oh, look, Super Nate.
Super Nate. I was just noticing that.
Yeah. But Magic blocks was a lot of fun. I'm still amazed the fact that the way they work, in the fact that when you talked about this too before, Chad, where we were talking about the fact that you could buy several Magic blocks and you can make them into different. You can make a whole coordinate if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's just slick that you set them next to each other and they won't come on unless you get them in the right order, I think is.
Oh, is that the secret?
Oh, did you not do that?
Was that the? No, I did.
I know you did. That was nearby to Caleb's favorite coffee shop, by the way.
Yes. And those are fun. I think we all went and watched. I think you and Gary, me and Derek went and watched some people find these caches. Just because it's kind of fun to watch people find them, and had a lot of fun with it.
Dave says 50% is awesome for a mega. So yeah,
it is actually. He's right. Because people usually just want to get the logbook, sign it, and move on.
Well, his is doing about 50%. I love here. I'll show it real fast.
That was a fun one too.
I love coffee.
I love coffee. Yeah, that's Dave. So why don't you explain people real quick what the what Dave's is?
So that one had number buttons, and each number, when you pressed it, you got a piece of a phrase, and it was in all out of order. And so you had to, or at least we did, we wrote down each of the phrases and what number it correlated with. And then we had to put it together into a logical sentence and type in that sequence. But the recording is taunting you and telling you that you're running out of time if you don't press a button. And so you're like trying to do several things at once. You're trying to solve it and not let it time out, because if it times out, it starts over. And I heard that there were different phrases.
Yes.
Is that correct? So I don't know if it would give you a different phrase, but I think I heard that it would definitely put it in a different order. So everything that
they were different phrases.
Would
actually give you a different phrase. It could.
I think there was 9 different phrases. Dave's on. Wow. He could tell us right now in the chat. I think there was 9 or 10 different phrases.
So that was fun. You had to listen and be quick, and once you got the phrase right and you typed the numbers in the right order to say the phrase, it released the cache, so you could sign the log.
Right. And so there's one of the photos of it.
And if you found Mingo, the one next to Mingo there, the exact same thing. Dave does an excellent job on these. Great cache.
Yes. It is an awesome cache. And a lot of fun to do. There's some folks out there. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, we met those new friends at this cache.
Those people, yeah.
Who do we know?
Emily has not taken that shirt off since the event.
Nope. I love it. Even with a crew neck, it's a very comfortable shirt.
It's a very comfortable one. Yes. But that's another example of, and somebody mentioned, let me find it.
So it's he says it's 10. Got 10 unique quips.
10 unique quips. Perfect. Thanks, Dave.
Mine was something about iced coffee.
Yeah, the iced coffee one. But I'm not sure what iced coffee is or something like
something
that.
about I'm being confused about how you freeze coffee.
I was told, something about freezing coffee, but I don't know what old coffee is or something. Yeah. Right. Did you end up finding Hidden Dibs, Gary?
We did the one together. That's the one that's in the video. That's a Hidden Dibs.
Yeah.
Did you find the one from the sign?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that one. So that one was also
good too. I was glad I had a chance to find one like that one.
Yeah, that was pretty tricky too, wasn't it? Because you had to have information from the.
Super simple.
Was it? Okay.
The sign has on it. Let me see if I can find the picture of it. Hopefully, I didn't delete it already.
Right.
I think I did. Anyways, there's a sign that said no parking south of here or something like that. And then on the bottom it said it had the GC number. Right. And then it said something like 52 degrees or 152 degrees and 868 feet. So you just had to pull a compass up and go at the 52 degrees and then walk 800 and whatever feet it was, and they'd give you the cache. Oh, that's awesome. It was simple. So that was just one of the I don't know if you have that up on your thing, but
that's awesome.
It's just one of the 100-foot caches here. I can
projection.
You gotta have it here.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was.
So it was one of the 100-foot caches that. Oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing.
No, you're fine.
Like people have seen me make. In fact,
there you go.
This is one I made on the podcast.
Yeah,
that's been in the shop in my way. And so when Andy asked me for some caches,
you're like, perfect.
I said, hey, I have this one. Do you want it? And she says, yeah, absolutely. So
I can't even imagine your luggage, Chad. What it looked like.
Yeah.
What TSA thought of what you packed.
Right.
Oh, that's for another show.
What's all the PVC pipe? But why is there a long chain? So that's
that one I actually did have to fly there because it was like a last minute thing. So
all right, final thoughts from everybody.
Well, also just a quick thought. There was a Sunday morning see you later event with coffee and donuts
in the rain.
More prizes. It was raining, but there was a tent. So, just one last time to see your friends, say goodbye. The lackeys spoke, and
I can't imagine missing that. I mean, it just really put a bow tie on the whole event, and it was just a lot of fun. And I think that's definitely a must for anybody who calls themselves a geocacher.
Oh, I knew you know why he's saying that.
Watch back up a little bit more,
Caleb went, and I said, I'm out.
We all went.
I could hit the road. I hit the road. I missed it.
But it was fun.
Pointing that out, son.
And that makes a good point. It was fun because I met a lot of new people at the event, which is what we started the show saying. It's all about the people. Yeah. And so it's just cool to see them, the next day. And some of them live in Georgia or nearby, and so we got plans to hang out.
Nice.
They come down to Macon, and they're met some people up in Athens, some people in North Carolina, all over the place. So it was just a lot of fun to meet some new folks, and it was probably the first time I went out and did something of that nature since the pandemic started. So it was really nice to get out of Macon and go do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there was a reviewer reveal on Sunday. Two Georgia reviewers were revealed, a real identity. So that was probably more of a treat for locals, but definitely fun to see because they were part of the Going Caching crew, part of the stage show. And so it was just neat to recognize more people in the roles that they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chad, what are some of your final thoughts?
If you haven't gone, I would recommend going. It's fun. I've only gone twice, but I definitely am going to go back again next year. And if you have a chance, I'm going to say find Emily. She knows a lot about it.
That's right.
She'll probably be busy answering questions, but it was a blast. If you like puzzles and you like to talk to people and see other cachers, it's one of the best events I've ever been to.
Yeah. Cool. I'll go next. Just say that for me, of course, I love events because I'm a sort of a social butterfly. I love seeing everybody and talking. Having said that, I have committed to getting in better shape before I come back to going caching, because it will wear you out. I mean, and that's in a good way, I guess. The fact that, it's a lot of walking, it's a lot of, which is fun, but be prepared. And again, you can decide on your own what your schedule will be. You could do everything from just showing up and just kind of taking in the sights and doing a few caches, or you could be Emily. There's one of the, there's a scale there between, doing, a couple of caches and Emily. So
Yes.
right in between there, you can make a decision. You can go whichever ways you want to go. But I would highly recommend it, just because, again, you got options, buddy. There's a lot of options. So, and again, it's just a great fun, and hats off to Andy and Jim and their crew for putting together such an incredible event. So, and thank you, Rome, Georgia, for embracing us nerds and making it such a great week. So, Derek or Emily?
I'll let Emily go first.
Well, I definitely say it's one of the best mega events. I will go as often as I can. I think it'll be a heartbreaking year on years I can't go, but it's definitely going to always be on my radar. I think it is top notch. I love that there's a theme and the detailed trickles down everywhere. And we talked about a lot of stuff. I know we joke that I will do it all, but I also think it's very doable to do it all if that's your thing. There was plenty of time for that. And then Sunday, the last day, my mom and I just took it easy to kind of decompress, get our energy levels down, but also do the final things that we didn't have time for. And it's a must do at least once. And then if you do it once, because you'll realize what it is, you'll probably want to do it more and more.
Very good. Derek?
Yeah, I just want to say this is the second year we've been. A lot of fun. The kids always have fun. I mean, there's a whole aspect we didn't go into with the kids.
Right.
There's
That's
kids
true.
activities where they can go do several of caches in that area. In fact, we're going to go on the geocaching with kids this week. We're going to actually hear from the nano kids and what their thoughts are on geocaching or going caching. So we're going to kind of keep with this theme. I mean, all the shows this week have been all pretty much going caching, but that's because that's how this event is. There's so much stuff that's going on, covers so many different aspects of the game. The social aspect, just getting to see everybody was so much fun, especially because there's some friends I get to see only at this event from being over and living in Charleston, that this is one of the main mega events they come to. And getting to see some friends from Charleston was really cool. It's just one of those great events, getting to see everybody. And Jim and Andy do just a phenomenal job. Do everything they do for this event, and the years, and the Rome getting fully back behind it. Yeah, if there's only one mega you can make it, two, besides Cache Fest,
make it going
caching. So
next year.
But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. We're already planning on making it next year. Can't wait for the theme. Usually they announce the theme at the final on Saturday night, but they're trying to figure out what the theme is going to be still.
Yep.
So evidently they're working something really big on this one. So can't wait to hear what the theme is. So stay tuned on that, on what the theme's going to be.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really nice seeing how many fans that actually the Nano Kids had. It was fun being next to them and having people go up to them and tell them that they were fans. They watched their videos and enjoy them.
Yeah. And it was good for them to have that. It really was.
It is.
Good. And yeah, I definitely have going caching friends that I made there and I look forward to seeing, and I only see them there. It's another awesome part of it.
Yeah.
Yep. New Georgia friends. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, again, great. So again, thank you. We'll see everybody Tuesday night. Puzzle Talk. We'll be on Tuesday, and Nano Kids comes out on Wednesday, right?
Not Nano Kids, but Geocaching with Kids.
Geocaching with Kids come out, right, with the Nano Kids.
And the Nano Kids did shoot a new video while out there.
Good.
We're just trying to figure out when they're going to put it out.
Okay,
kind of
gotcha.
a little bit more experience. And this was the first for them. They shot it. I didn't touch the camera. Oh, I did one time. At the end. When I went out with them caching for a little bit at the event.
Fun.
But Nikki and Curtis shot everything. I haven't even looked at it yet, so I don't know. But I'm trying to turn those over, so let the kids start editing that and start letting them pick up those skills as well. So.
That's awesome. All right, we're over. But again, thank you, everyone.
Yep.
And we'll talk.
Can I say one last thing here? Before we go, if you guys had a chance, go out and buy the coins on the site.
The coins are so awesome.
Right,
so
the coins
sparkly.
are great. We had them at the event. People were buying them. It was real fun. So before they run out, make sure you go buy them.
Whichever. I hope the blue one.
I did too. I grabbed the blue one.
Yeah,
I got the blackish one here too.
So, all right. Good night, everybody.
Sorry. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Trying to find the close. It's there somewhere.
Hit the like button.
Hit the close.
Everybody keep waving.
May your finds be many and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.